New Jersey schools are preparing to implement a new anti-bullying Bill of Rights. This new law, arguably the strongest of its kind in the country, will require schools to have an anti-bullying specialist and to address bullying quickly. Joining me now is Drexel University Dr. Chuck Williams. Dr. Williams, it's good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we've seen this over the last couple of years. We've seen horrible instances of kids, for example, committing suicide because they've been bullied. And I think the perception was that it was getting better. Is it not?
Well, in some instances it is, but in some instances it's not. For example, we're finding out that we're dealing with bullying now in pre-kindergarten and kindergarten. So it's pushing down
kindergarten and pre-kindergarten
to lower grades.
Why?
So,
what's going on?
I think it's a number of issues. Sometimes it's about what kids aren't getting in their homes. Sometimes kids who bully are being bullied in the homes by an older brother, older sister, a parent. So they're acting out in schools by bullying. So it's a problem that we have to address.
Can laws help? I guess is the question.
I think what's good right now in America is that we are aware that this is an issue that we have to address because so many kids have killed themselves. Phoebe Prince, as you know, in Massachusetts, over in Rutgers University, we had Tyler Clemente. So it's a big issue. They have laws in the books that says that most schools have to have effective anti-bullying programs and policies in place to prevent this from happening.
Yeah, I guess there is a situation that we've heard from kids who have been bullied that certainly for a long time, it's difficult for them to tell anybody because the last thing you want to do when people are already picking on you is to be a tattletale or be the one who points the finger. So what has to happen and what can be said to these kids who find themselves in this situation?
I think there are a couple of issues there, and you mentioned one. They didn't want to tell, but I think part of it is also shame of dealing with bullying. Sometimes kids who are bullied feel as though they deserve it, so they don't want to tell anybody. The other issue is that some people feel bullying is a rite of passage, that it makes kids stronger, that if you're weak, it'll make you stronger, and that some kids maybe deserve to be bullied. If they're big, you know, if they're special needs, it's going to happen. Some adults feel that way, but young people should feel that it's up to adults to protect them. We should have effective anti-bullying programs in place. If they don't work, then push for ones that do work. It's our responsibility as adults and educators to make sure our kids are safe. Look, we talked about dropout earlier. One of the reasons why we have a high dropout rate is because kids are being bullied. If kids feel like they're unsafe, they're not going to go to school. So they stay home. So that adds to the dropout rate. It's a big issue and we have to talk about it and address it, obviously.
Dr. Chuck Williams, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Chris.